And welcome back to another episode of the Meathead Annual. I am one of your hosts, the meatiest meatball in the motherfucking world, Mr. Adam Garcia. With me as always is my good buddy, my compatriot, my fucking compadre, the fucking number one. Yes, this motherfucker right here, Andrew Harris. Say hello.
What is up?
We did such good stuff this weekend. We did things. Our good buddy, guys, our good friend, our compatriot, and our compadre, Mr. Andrew Harris, competed this past weekend and got PRs on squat and deadlift. Woo. Right. Now, before we get into that, just know I'm going to bitch and complain about one thing and one thing only, because I bitched about it a lot today already. But before we go into that, how are we feeling?
Surprisingly really good, actually. Like, this is probably the best I felt post-comp. Like, I didn't have any adrenal fatigue. Body, like, I probably could have lifted today pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy if I wanted to. Yeah. Everything feels good. Like, no nagging pains, injuries, nothing. So, I'm like, all right.
We have definitely found your flow.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah.
We've gotten how we can peak you, how we can do everything, and it worked stupendously. I think one of the big things that we did was obviously the lowered volume on your barbell work, keeping the accessory movements fairly high. Mm-hmm. Even up close to the meet, we had you still moving up until like the Wednesday before.
Yeah.
With that being said, how did you enjoy the meet?
It was good. It was ran pretty well. A few hiccups there, but that's to be expected. I had a good time.
Yeah.
Good people there, and everybody that was back there lifting was cool. Super cool. Didn't have any issues with anybody.
Yeah.
It was like helping and pitching out in the back room. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I will say is that at least on your end, I did notice that I think the one good thing about the ABS, well, outside of the many good things about the ABS meet, but one of the big things that you did thrive really well under was the pacing at an ABS meet. And I think that was something that kind of came up to us on this meet, because I think the pacing was just a little slower. It was fast, but it was a little slower than you wanted.
Yeah.
And we definitely had some, I felt like we were kind of gassing out a little bit, but I mean, you still turned it on. Still turned it on hardcore.
Yeah, I think we'll go into it a little bit deeper, but I think the director was trying to make sure that everybody had an ample chance to warm up and get ready. And I think at the end it was a little too much, but I'd rather a director to actually care about the athletes and actually want to perform well than somebody that's just like, all right, let's knock this out, let's just get it done, and not even ask the athletes hey, where are we at in warm-ups?
Yeah. I think, and that was one thing that I found that was just super. I mean, seeing how a USPC meet was run, I think if the spotters and loaders were actually what we wanted them to be, it would have been. I really liked how they were run. Yeah, the 1 kilo jumps, man.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. It wasn't because I didn't pull up the kilo charts from the USAPL, and it's you were either doing
2.5 or 125, or I don't know. You could 2.5.
Yeah. So it was either you were doing a 617 or 622. There was no in between.
Yeah.
And for you, there was it was you can either do a 621, 623, 624. It was actually pretty cool. And then there was one thing I wanted to try to ask, but I couldn't find out, and that was it seemed like people were able to go up and be like, okay, I want this, And then if they didn't hit it, they were able to go over and ask for a lower number.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that actually happened
Yeah.
or what, but yeah, I heard somebody mention that as well, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I was talking to one of the guys there, and he was handling Xander, and he was like, I'll name drop later. But he was even saying too, he was like, I hope they're not, because that would definitely drop the validity of this federation, because they're not doing exactly what everyone else is doing, and it's not staying consistent and stuff like that. There was surprisingly, it was I was actually surprised with the quality of judging. I was assuming, because I saw some people that were like, I saw some kids that were I call them kids because they looked young, but there were some people that were competing in the flight before you.
Yeah.
And some of their squats, man, I was looking at them, I was like, high as fuck. And there's someone that was like, oh, it was good to me. I don't know. And I was like, oh shit. But like, no, they were like calling people in depth and being like, no, man, you were like right there, but it's not depth. I was like, all right, sick. Okay, I can get behind that. I like that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, like, so going from, let's see, your opener was 573 and you jumped straight to 608.
Correct. Yeah. So 573, roof, like it should, felt good. So we went to 608 for the squat.
Yeah.
I actually got called on depth on that one, which watched the video back. Like, okay, that was, I hit that, but whatever.
Okay.
But it felt easy, so we made the choice. We're like, all right, we're gonna go up.
Let's run it.
We didn't do what we planned, so we ran 620. 21.7, I think, is what it is. So let's say 6.2.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
So yeah, so yeah, the spots, like, so the funny thing was the nagging injury on my glute that we even have in all prep magically wasn't there on Saturday. So that felt really, because that was making squats a little difficult coming up out of the hole. I didn't have that like explosiveness. It kind of had to, like, I got out of the hole nice, and then it slowed down from there. And it was kind of like it was just a slow movement from there on, where it was like, oh, all right, then we're good.
Yeah.
So, but so feeling really good, and once I got that bar on my back, like, got a good pick, felt like nothing on there, and yeah, once I got down, nice steady down into the hole coming up, I'm just, it wasn't. I think I had more on the tank, which is good. We got some to go.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I felt really good coming up, and everything looked really good. Watching back, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, we'll probably, I think also too, now that we've had a little bit of seeing how this goes, now we can actually plan it out a little bit better, which is for the next couple of blocks. We're going to go ahead and retake squat, deadlift back out of the programming and just really hit mostly just get us fucking get swole, get fucking put meat onto the fucking bones, and then. Excuse me. Then, after a couple blocks, we'll start reintroducing it back in. So, on my end, because I was there, so while I was there, it was me, one of the guys that was handling our friend Xander, because it was you and my buddy Xander who was competing that day as well, and one of the guys that he had compete or handling him was his friend Ryan, but then it was also to name drop one of the greatest powerlifters to actually walk this fucking planet. Chris Bridgeford was actually there, and he was a friend of my buddy Xander, and he was there handling Xander as well. And they asked me and Chris to spot and load, because apparently the venue just was like, here, we're going to provide spotters and loaders for your guys' meet. And they just never showed up.
Yeah.
That was what I was told. And so me, Chris Bridgeford, and one other person got a couple of like meat shirts that we went over and we spotted and loaded.
As you spot loading, as you're also trying to
trying to coach. Yeah, literally like getting done handling you and just like getting done spotting you and then like racking it, turning around, and the guy's like, what's the next weight? I'm like, hold on. I'm like walking over to the board and being like, that number. Okay, that good? That's good. Good. All right, and we go back over. But man, the dude that I was like spot, so like the two dudes, I bitched about it enough, but the two dudes that did show up, you can tell they just either they'd never been around powerlifting in their life, or they had no idea what the fuck was going on, and it was heavily shown. A lot of times, there was one time you weren't on the platform at the time, but there was one time where like the dude just was like not even paying attention, and Chris had to stop because Chris was like back spotting. He had to like pull away and be like, "Hey man, what are you doing? Pay attention." Come on. And like,
yeah, I mean, thankfully for the spots, it was a monolift, and they had the safety straps.
yeah,
So, if in case of anything catastrophic happening, that is there to save whoever's under the bar.
yeah,
So at least there's that.
yeah, that's true.
It wasn't a combo rack meet, so where it got rid could potentially be a big deal.
Yeah.
If somebody's not paying attention,
Very much so.
and something catastrophic happens or something.
Yeah. We did have to catch a couple of people.
Yeah.
But it was like, I just remember because for yours, he was actually like trying to like grab around the weight, right? So I had my arm, like paw, whatever. The collar was like in the sleeve of my arm, and then I would have my hand over the weight, and I wanted him to go hand underneath weights, hand over weight, right?
Yeah.
But he tried to do that during your squat, and then when Xander's 800-pound squat came around, this dude, I had to tell him, I was like, dude, move over. Like, what are you doing? He's trying to spot with his hands in a V formation, like around the collar. Around the collar, dude. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what are you doing? That's this.
You're not gonna catch
You're
that.
not gonna catch that shit. It's 800 pounds, my dude. And like, at one point I was like convinced this dude had to have been stoned or something, because there was, I could not understand, and I couldn't believe that there was a person this like absent, right? But like now, the reason why I talk shit about that at this moment is because now we're gonna go into bench.
Yeah.
And your bench,
That motherfucker.
dude.
My bench cheated on me for Saturday.
Yeah, dude. And like we were having we moved fucking weight during prep for bench, dude.
Prep, like that bench was probably the best. The squat was moving good too, other than the nagging thing.
Oh, yeah.
But like I didn't have any nagging issues on bench this time. Like no shoulder, no elbow pain. It felt great, moving great. And then comp day.
Yeah.
So we hit opener, felt fine, 380.
Yeah.
It was 381, I think. Yeah, so we're like, all right, we'll jump to what we did 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty easy 2 weeks ago. And so in the first one, I think I misbraced a little bit, so I didn't get enough air. So as I was coming down, I was kind of like, oh shit, I need a little bit more air. So I think that was part of why it was a little tougher than it should have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, started coming up, and it was a grind. It was gonna be a grinder.
Yeah.
Like if I was gonna get it, it was gonna be a rough one. But yeah. So then, as I was coming up, bar hadn't stopped moving, is what everybody was saying. I was just trying to press it. and the left side spotter touches or lifts up the bar a little bit. Then the other spotter grabs it, and then they both let go.
Yeah.
And so then
Yes.
then it came back down, and so then I was like, oh.
I had to yell at them. So like, yeah. So it was like from my standpoint, yeah. So from where I was standing, and I was behind, I was watching. So what it looked like was that it came off your chest just a little bit lopsided.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just fine. There was no downward motion. It may have like moved in a different but it still moved as one.
Yeah.
And it was still moving. But the guy that was, from what I remember, it was the guy on your right.
Or was the right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And the guy on your right thought that it was downward motion, to which he then said, take it, and went and grabbed it. When he grabbed it, he jerked it up. Right. Mm-hmm. To which the guy on your left went, oh shit, and grabbed it and started pulling it up too. But then saw that, and from what I think anyway, saw that you weren't letting go. You were just like kind of pushing. And so they went, oh, and they just dropped it and they just left it there. And I had to scream at them. I was like, fucking take it. And so they took it and racked it. And like, we went over to like do the stuff. And I'm glad I walked away for a second. But like when I went back up to go help Spot again.
Yeah.
When I went up to go help him Spot again, I literally looked at them and said, if you take it, take it.
Yeah.
And they were like, but that was the most, I think that was the biggest frustration for me. It was that like when I told them that, it was, or when I was like, when I talked to them, they just were like, well, all right, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't any like,
I don't think they understand like you can hurt somebody.
oh yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
It frustrated me to no goddamn end.
Yeah. So we retried, it was 408. Retried that again for the third attempt. Did a little bit better on my end as far as bracing and everything, but just wasn't there for that, that third attempt. And so that was frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I think that took a lot of wind out of me.
Yeah.
Because then we had a long break between bench and deadlift. Because like after we got done, after we got done, we had like a 30-minute break from bench to deadlift.
Yeah.
So before the first flight started going. So that was like, that was a lot of time to sit there and fucking
just stew. Yeah.
So, and then just more time as well. It's where it was like, all right, I'm starting to fatigue, starting to get tired. So I was actually pretty worried going into deadlift because it was like I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Dude, I saw like when I saw you pull 3 or 4 red, I think it was 4 red, and you were pulling it. I looked at you and the look on your face was like, I was like, fuck, dude. Oh no.
Well, that's how it felt.
I know.
I was like, fuck, like, all right, I gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah. And you did. I mean, you did. Opener came.
So
how'd it feel?
Opened up 6'11". That was probably the toughest one of the 3, actually. Yeah. But it moved all right, and I was like, all right, we're here to fucking move this way. Let's just keep going up. Like, I don't care how it feels. We're going to fucking attempt it and see what goes. And then we did, was it 633? Something like that.
Yes.
And that felt good. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm kind of back alive a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right, let's go for what we came here to do.
Hit 661.
Yeah.
And from where I was standing, it was like, do you remember, did you ever watch Here Comes the Boom with the Kevin James movie? It was a
I think I remember that one.
It was a Kevin James movie, and he's a teacher and he ends up getting into MMA. And that,
okay.
So like,
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I ever watched it.
yeah. So at the very end of the movie, he got like a UFC debut fight to fight like, some big time UFC fighter. And obviously it's like any other like Adam Sandler movie where it's like, he's an absolute underdog, but then at the very last moment, he just starts fucking just like, taking ass and kissing names and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like, there's this one where it's like, the guy gets in an arm bar and he like he recovers from it, and then he picks him up. And as he picks him up, like the look on the UFC fighter's face is like, what the fuck? And everyone's like, oh, and it's like, that's how it felt to me, because you like gripped it and you just start ripping it, and then I see you peel it off the floor, and I was like, where's the stop? There's no stop. Yeah. There's no stop. You fucking keep going. It was the smoothest and butteriest fucking rep I've ever seen, and it was so good. It was so fucking good.
Yeah, well, because it's like, because we did 300 at the ABS meet, and that one was, I think, like a 12-second fucking deadlift. Grindy as fucking, just shaking everywhere. This one, it just fucking was fucking. I was like,
nice and smooth.
Oh shit.
Nice and fucking smooth, man. And that's what I wanted.
And which again was surprising, because the glute pain and problem had been causing a lot of issues with deadlift.
Yeah.
I was like, that was what I was probably most nervous about going into this. Because like squat, even though it's causing pain, I felt really strong.
Yeah.
But the deadlift, I did not feel strong in at all. Because it was like, just that pain was like there. And it was really hampering how I could like deadlift. And I agree. You know what this is? God is good. Everybody. God is great. Praise be to the Lord.
Yes, exactly. It is in His name that your deadlifts were clean and your chonies were clean.
Almost not.
Yeah.
That was warming up. I think it was squats. The Iowa dude, his girlfriend was behind me, and like on one of those squats, I came out and my feet just farted.
That's right.
I was like, sorry about that.
No, don't be, dude. I'm fucking welcome to the dude. I make it a point whenever I'm like in the gym and I know for a fact I'm like feeling a little bloated.
Yeah.
I will like turn and look around, and if there are people, it doesn't matter, male or female, I'll look at them and be like, just so you know, you are in the blast radius. There's a chance I might fart, and if I do, I'm so sorry just in advance. And they're like, you're fine. And then I fucking do it. I drop my guts on accident, and I'm just like, fucking, are you serious?
It's so disgusting.
And I go, I fucking told you. Let it be known.
Let it be known.
I had forewarned you. But yeah, man, it's like, dude, I mean, we walked away. I don't remember what the exact total is.
It's 1664.
That's
total. So now the total I had wanted, just bench. If bench had gone, we should have. We would have been there, but still bench or total PR.
Hell yeah.
So take that any day. And dots PR too.
Hell yeah.
I think I got 454.
Hell yeah.
So moving up there. Didn't do any weight cuts or anything like that. Weighed in 248 day of. So it's kind of surprising, because I've been sitting at like 255 for most of the prep. And
I mean, well, yeah. I mean,
just not eating that morning. It was like,
maybe, dude. I'll be honest with you. The drive up to Vegas wasn't so bad, but at the same time, there was at one point where when we were driving back, like I was sitting there and I was like,
oh god, I started getting a little hypoglycemic.
Dude, I was just like sitting there, I was like, like I couldn't talk. Jessica called me a couple times, and I think you heard me. Could you hear me in the back?
I don't know.
Dude, there were times where she called me and she was like, hey, just so you know, I know you're coming back, so what do you need? Do you need anything? And I'm like, What? Dude, I felt so fucking stupid, so dumb. But like, and then I remember she called me again and she goes, "Oh, by the way, we're getting food. What do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't care." And she's like, "No, no. I mean, we're getting this. Do you want a calzone?" I was like, "Fucking sure, dude." And she does this thing. And I think it's like I do kind of the same. So like if someone tells me something or talks to me in a certain way, I don't immediately go, "Oh, whatever," and then I just keep going. I think it's because in my head I'm like I feel like I'm being emotionally intelligent. So my first thing is to be like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So she heard me, and I was just like, she goes, "Okay, what's up? What's going on? What was the matter?" And I went, "I can't think right now." And she was like, "Wow, you must have really turned up the night before." And I was like, "I did. I really did. Don't get me wrong. I had a couple beers after we got done with the meet, you know what I mean? But it was like, cool thing too was that after the meet, we went to the steakhouse. It's good, but it was the first time I ever saw a prostitute get kicked out of a bar.
Life experience.
Yeah, welcome to Vegas. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Overall, I think we both actually too. I think that like, though we were there to handle a mission. You know what I mean? I feel like we both needed that time just to get away.
Yeah. No, it was nice. I mean, it was nice. Like, I mean, we didn't do much, but like, it was nice to like.
It was just to be able to like.
Yeah, step away from. I think I was with a client this morning, and I was like, I just realized like I have no idea what's going on in the world, because like I was hardly on my phone the entire weekend. I was like, it kind of feels nice.
Oh yeah. One of the guys, you remember Ryan?
Yeah.
The other guy.
Yeah.
He left his phone at home on accident. He forgot his phone at home, so he only had his computer. And he was like, "Fuck, dude, I don't have my phone. I don't know how to fucking get around. I don't know what the fuck." But like because he came in on Friday, but like Saturday, like midday, he was like, "Brother, I'm telling you right now, I actually like not having my phone on me, man." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "Dude, yeah, like I'm not looking at stuff. I'm not in." I even told him too, because we're like we were hanging out doing a thing or whatever, and he was just like, "Man, like yeah," and I'm not. I was like, "Yeah, enjoy this," because it's like right now you're not having to like look at your phone and be like answer clients and stuff like that. I feel like honestly that was like something I don't know. I felt like either it was in the ether or it was in the fucking universe that like all of my clients except for you were just like, "No, I don't need to talk to you at all." So like no one bothered me. The only person who really talked to me was Jessa, which was nice.
Yeah, of course.
But dude, like highlight of the weekend outside of seeing you absolutely just take fucking winning for a fucking ride. And then like also too, like the biggest thing too was just seeing was that like you did it again, man.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that I was like, this is what fucking makes, because you can't teach that.
No.
You know what I mean? This is what made you, or what makes you a fucking, to quote the kids, this is what makes you a dog, dude. Like, because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, for me, I at least know myself well enough to say that if like my numbers don't move well, I don't immediately go, "I'm just going to go up. Just fuck it." My thing is like, okay, well, why didn't that move well? You didn't move well. All right. So let's go with something a little lighter to make sure I hammered it. No. And like when it was time for you to hammer, or when it was time for you to go, you fucking went, you handled it. That was peak, dude.
Yeah.
Peak. Now on the flip side though, if I can be selfish for a second, is that like, I got a chance to train with Chris because he was like, "I have to go to the gym." I was like, "I have to go as well." And he was like, "Cool, we'll go together." And so we went. And while we were there, he just like taught me a fuck ton of shit, dude.
Yeah.
And just like showed me a bunch of shit. And just was like, and it's like, it's always fun to be able to like, it's cool to like have a sit down. Like when I had a sit down with Stu, Lock, and you know, I learned a lot from him. But dude, being able to like sit and pick fucking Chris Pritchard's brain on like on coaching, programming, all this shit. I mean, the dude coached so many different people to world record tolls, to 2K tolls, and shit like that. That I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And just like hearing how he does things and stuff like that, I definitely learned a lot, especially on the personality side.
Yeah.
Like there's something that he was telling me too, is that like, cause I've had this happen before a lot. Whereas like, I'll be like, all right, here's your program. And then people will be like, just so you know, I really like this thing, cause this really worked for me. Mm-hmm. And I told him, and I was like, oh yeah, this, you know, I get this a lot, so I have to kind of accommodate. And he was like, no. And I was like, really? He goes, no, don't do that. I was like, oh, really? What do you say? He goes, the moment people say to me, oh, I really like doing this because it really worked for me in the past. He goes, then if this really worked for you, why are you talking to me about being your coach? If things have worked for you before, why are you talking to me? Right? And I was like, shit, you're fucking right. Oh my God.
Well, a lot of times, let's be real, a lot of times they're asking for that because they're good at it.
Yeah.
And it's easy for them.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. That's what he said too. He was like, yeah, I'll program people things are like, I fucking hate this. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, give it some time.
Yeah.
And wait till you're good at it. And then once you're good at it, then you can, but like, yeah, there was a lot of people I didn't know that he had actually like coached and like stuff like that. But it's like, man. And then being able to like hear how like Xander does his thing and and then hearing like diet tips from Ryan, because Ryan obviously he does bodybuilding coaching, and just seeing the absolute like stark differences in like bodybuilding to powerlifting coaching, dude. The funniest thing though was that like the whole time, so like for those that are listening, the meet that Andrew did and my buddy Xander did was at an expo. It wasn't just one powerlifting meet. No, there's a powerlifting meet, then there was a strongman event going on, there was a fighting camp that was happening like diagonal to us, and then there was like obviously just like any other fitness thing, there was like the fucking army that was there, or the military was there. But then directly to, if you were looking at our platform, if you're looking at the platform from the audience, directly to the right of the platform was a bodybuilding contest or a bodybuilding show. And it was, it was so funny because it was like, while he's like paying attention to Xander and stuff like that, he just like peek his head over and I'd be like, so what do you think, man? He's like, thinking about what? I was like, what do you think about the people on the stage right now? He was like, oh, no talent. I was like, fuck, really? He's like, no, there's one guy in there.
Yeah, there's one guy that was pretty decent.
Yeah, he was like, there's one guy there, but he's like, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. It's like, you have no idea what it means that when they say that it gets really brutal and strict when it comes to bodybuilding. I'm like, I don't deny it. I won't deny it.
It was funny. You got some barbecue sauce for your meal, and you're like, if I was your client, would you be pretty proud of me that I only put on this much?
Yeah. And he was like, I don't care, man. You can put as much barbecue sauce as you want. My favorite thing, I was like, remember, I was like, well, I wanted to get Ryan as my fucking diet coach that says I don't fuck with fat chicks. And he's like, that's not true. You have a beautiful set of breasts. I was like, fuck you, dude. Hey. Dude, he was funny, man.
Yeah,
that dude was funny.
Funny.
But like, we got to see some old friends or some old faces. We saw Andy was there. We saw Jay or Jason from South Bay Strength, and big competitor over at South Bay, as well as he's gonna be doing Bummy's Beatdown. Mm-hmm. I think someone on my roster might be doing no one on my roster is doing that. Because I remember, actually, that was the first meet you and I did together.
Was it the first one?
I think so. I think so. Because I think we've only competed 3 times together.
Yeah. Either way.
Also, we saw Andy. But like There was one girl that was there. I think she competed in the ABS meet. But like, I wanted to be like, hey, what's going on? But she was so locked in. I was like, oh, man. She was a pit bull looking woman, dude. She's,
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, you know what I'm talking about. Well, tight braids, tight braids. It's like, I'm just gonna let you go.
Yeah. We're gonna just not bother you.
Yeah, we're just gonna let you do your thing. But yeah, all right. So,
Seen the Xander squat 800.
dude, that was incredible. But
That was his first time ever squatting 8, right?
yeah, like his last meet, I can't remember what he squatted, but the meet that that's what I think he said something around like a 40 pound PR, massive, massive fucking yeah. But like he has thoracic outlet syndrome right now, so benching and deadlifting was like kind of a fucking chore.
He's still short, but he still threw up fucking weight.
Oh yeah, hardcore, hard.
He opened up to like 315, and he was like, "Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm gonna go 4, something." And he was like, "That move. All right, let's do 5."
Dude, I know he ended with 430 something.
Oh, did it? No, okay.
No. Now the person I was like, Jesus Christ, look at it's a 23-year-old.
Oh yeah,
Jacob Anderson.
Jacob,
I still remember his name. Kid squatted 800 in reps. He didn't get it. They think they call him for either depth or something like that, but he squatted 800. And then benched 5. And then now here's the thing. This is why I was like, I don't know if they actually do this or not, but it's I think what I saw is that he like opened up with like 683 or something like that, and then jumped to 716, and then tore his
callus.
He tore his callus on his. Sorry, I think he tore his callus on his opener.
Yeah.
Then jumped to 716 anyway. He said it was a packet to say fuck it, and he went to 716, didn't get it. So then he dropped. That's what I thought I saw is that he dropped down to 683 again. And I was like, I didn't know you could do that in this
I
federation.
have the results, so I wonder. Yeah, because I didn't see that. I saw that because
While he looks for that, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of something. All right. I just want to give this as a forewarning to anyone out there that ever gives me their phone to have you like take a photo, to either take a photo or to take a video of you doing something. Just know that the first thing that you'll see before you see that is a selfie of me.
Yep.
There's a forewarning. I do that because my buddy Jay, who actually competed this weekend, he did that to me, and I loved it. It was a pleasant surprise, and I want to know you all to know that that's what I'm going to do to you guys. If you give me your phone, I'm going to take a little shitty selfie of myself with a goofy ass fucking face, and then I will continue to do exactly what you guys need me to do. So, just a forewarning. Also, too, for those of you that are curious about what it is like to not trust a fart, because there's some people who actually are able to walk around and trust their farts. There was this thing where it's like like a I don't know, to me it's like a side effect of Retta since I've been on it, and it's like, dude, it's like no matter what, like I could be fucking fine for all day, and then out of nowhere I'll just have the immediate feeling of I got shit, and then I'll have to run to the bathroom. But like while I was at the meet, I was like trying to spot, and I was like trying to spot load, and I was like, should I trust this fart? I don't know. I trusted it, and
was it a close call?
it was. It very much was. Thank goodness it didn't happen, but I felt like it did, and I was like, I have to go to the bathroom, like right fucking now. And when I went to the bathroom, luckily nothing was there, but fuck, man, it was a close goddamn call. Close goddamn call.
Yeah. So it just has what his last attempt was, or whatever one he did get, which was like 639.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
What did he total?
Total 19.
1900.
Yeah.
Sick.
And he was the one that won overall with the dots of like 537. So he weighed in at 214.
Jesus. Dude, I was a 275er when I hit my 1900-pound total in sleeves and my 2K total in sleeves.
Yeah. Yeah. When I saw him his projected numbers just from his openers was like 530. I'm like, yeah, this guy's funny. Yeah. Cause like everybody else is like, in the 400s projected, like, unless somebody pulls something out of their ass.
This guy's have it.
But yeah, you're only weighing at 214, you totaling that, you're probably gonna win.
Where'd Xander end up in that list of people?
Xander,
Where'd you end up, by the way? Let's first ask that question.
I was 9th.
Fuck yeah.
So Xander ended up 5th, dot score wise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So I was 9th. I was the 7th best total. So take that.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. But overall, it was a fun fucking time.
So since USPC seems to be a pretty unknown federation for most of our people that are over here in the West Coast,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to do a little good, bad, ugly.
Let's do it. Yeah. I'm down with that.
I want to start with the good stuff. So
Yeah.
good. I definitely feel like the meet director, he was solid.
Yes.
He made sure everybody was good. Like, the pace wasn't to my liking, but he was trying to make sure that everybody had a chance to warm up, be prepared. So like, which was good. Like, he wasn't just worried about himself and trying to get through this or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was good. I actually liked, so USPC is different in their commands.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I actually kind of like it. So they don't do start commands for squat and bench. And I kind of liked it because it's like, you just step back, you get set up, take your breath and go,
Yeah.
not that it makes that much of a difference, but, it was kind of nice having one less thing to worry about,
Yeah.
So we just got to worry about the rack command.
I also thought, if I'm not mistaken, if I caught it right, because I was trying to pay attention, but at the same time, there's so much going on. Usually for other federations, they have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to get from wherever you're at to get on a platform to at least get the bar off the rack. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, USPC does 2 minutes.
No, it's one.
Oh, it's one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one.
Okay. I was wrong. Hey guys, I'm wrong. Just like,
Yeah, it was 1 minute up on the little thing with the
okay.
judging dots.
Now, my good part of it was exactly that. The meet director was very like, and I think it's because it was because it was such a small meet that he was very like, hey, you guys let me know how much time you need, and we'll push it off to as much time as you guys need.
Yeah.
And I think it's because honestly, you were in fairly good shape. That's the reason why you did the pacing was like, fuck it. I mean, you saw some of these dudes out here just like not in good shape at all. And then what I really did enjoy was the 1 kilo jumps.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit different, but yeah, it's kind of nice having little smaller options.
Yeah. And because like usually the smaller options are something that in other federations, they're used for only breaking world records.
Yeah.
So like the small change plates come out when it's time to break a world record. Outside of that, if you're wanting to do anything, it's all 2.5 kilo jumps.
Yeah.
Now,
So let's go into the bad.
all right. So I wouldn't say it's it's a bad thing on on the course of the federation.
Yeah.
But the venue, I guess, or like whoever was supposed to give the spotters and loaders, like that was just, I don't know who I feel like I really wish the meet director got in control of that or something, because it was like, that was a shit show.
Yeah, hopefully that's a lesson learned from them. If I'm the meet director, I'm going, yeah, next time I'm reaching out to a local powerlifting gym or something. I mean, like, hey, you guys got spotters and loaders that you use for the meets. Can I borrow them? I'm not trusting because I think what happened was the event coordinator, I think his primary care and concern was a strongman competition.
Yeah.
So I think that got first priority.
Yeah.
And then the powerlifting meet. So it's tough because, it's like you want to trust the people that are running things, that they'll do the right thing. But yeah, I think that twofold, even if you had people show up, I don't think that they would have been quality spotters, loaders anyways.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's like you're still kind of in that shitty situation of like,
yeah,
all right, like you still got to teach these people how to spot and load, which is, it's not the time, because let's be real. I mean, pretty much everybody was squatting over 600.
Just about, yeah.
Other than the first flight. Everybody was benching 400 plus.
Yeah.
Some 5. So those are some pretty serious weights that you want some people that know what they're doing.
Oh, exactly.
Loading,
Yeah. Especially for the guy that blew out his fucking pack.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So I think hopefully that's a lesson learned from them, because I think they plan on doing this again.
Yeah.
Because I think USPC is trying to expand out here to the West Coast more.
Oh yeah. I think they actually have a very good shot at it.
Yeah.
Because with PLU is not really big here.
PLU's been kind of dying off.
Yeah.
USPA is starting to maybe come back.
Little bit. And then, I mean, the only other one is USAPL.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's definitely
Not for those of us.
Yeah, that decide to play in the deep oceans. But yeah, so like, I'll be honest with you, I don't really have that big of a list of bads.
So it's the bad, and it's not really their fault. This is comes with competing at a convention where it's slick concrete.
Oh yeah.
But like they didn't have enough carpets.
The warm-up room was
the warm-up room, so it was like, you had to like pull carpets to get like, make sure that you weren't slipping everywhere or anything like that. So that was kind of like, it's kind of a safety thing, especially you get those guys warming up, it's, you don't want to be slipping and you got 600, 700 pounds on your back.
That's true.
Yeah. So, so that's one of the challenges with meets like this, where it's not in a gym where they might have all the equipment that you would need.
Yeah.
And more than enough racks and everything. Like I think we're deadlifting on just a couple of plywood.
Yeah. On carpet.
On carpet. So
yeah. It was like, yeah, dude, that was like, it was a little ghetto.
But I think they brought everything from Iowa or something, where they came from. Yeah. In a trailer. So.
Well, I mean, you got to respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You do the best you can. But I like this, like simple things like, all right, make sure that we got enough carpets for each rack.
Oh yeah.
So the lifters aren't having to move shit around just to accommodate things like that. Would be nice. Yeah.
I didn't have a very big. I did not have a very big. I mean, obviously, too, it's like you can't really mitigate that. This mainly because, again, it's like, all right, so it's a model lift meet, so they obviously have one on the platform, and
and monoliths are not cheap, and
yeah, so it's like that
too is
awesome.
Privilege.
However, I will say that like you don't walk out. You took the rack, but there were some guys that were using the monolift that were like warming up in the monolift, and they walked it out. And part of me was like, go use the combo rack.
Yeah.
There are guys here that are utilizing the full mono like rack pull and everything. Go use the rack. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But now, again, I don't really have too many complaints.
Yeah, I would say first time USPC experience, I would say it was pretty good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, like they did a good job. No major issues.
None, though.
I think everybody was pretty happy with how everything went.
Oh yeah. Actually, I do have a gripe, and again, it's not the federation. It's the venue. How dare you sell $7 fucking energy drinks and $3 bananas?
And a $14 basic ass sandwich.
It was $14.
Yeah.
That's god damn, dude. That was one thing too. I was like walking over, I was like paying, and the lady was like, "I'll be for the we'll see," because I bought 2 drinks. She was like, "That would be $12," and I was like getting my money together. I looked at her, I was like, $12 for this? She was like, I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the prices. Just that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I get you. Definitely feeling like a Karen coming on. They're like, you gotta be fucking kidding. This is fucking turning into an absolute bitch about it, dude. But yeah, most entertaining part of the weekend though was I think I told you about it. Was you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in our Airbnb, we're like chilling out and whatever, and like we had just gotten done watching this thing on Amazon Prime that had Warhammer on it. It was fucking cool. We were just sitting there, just like fucking bonered out. It was great, right?
Absorbed.
Yeah, dude, just fucking edged out. And then the power just went out. And we're like, what the fuck? And then Xander came in from the backyard and was like, yo, someone just hit this transformer really hard. I was like, dude, the power's out. He was like, oh, the power, yeah, makes sense. So we went over and we peeked our heads over. By that time, I had been drinking a little bit. Yeah. And we poked our heads over, and we were just like, you all right? you okay? And the dude was he was either in the Army or Air Force. We don't know, because he was wearing full digis and stuff like that.
I don't know.
And then like, yeah, a bunch of people came out. This dude had like careened his car into a transformer and into a light fixture, and basically cut the power to everyone's house in this whole neighborhood. Right? So we're sitting there just like wondering whether or not if we're going to have to like leave to go get a hotel. Luckily the power came back on, but that's another thing too. That's why I'm like, I get a little like not nervous, but that's why I get a little bit like, when it comes to Airbnb, is because like, dude, they like the people that are because you're not talking to someone who's running Airbnb. It's like the person who owns the house. Mm-hmm. And like that, like Xander was like on the phone with them being like, hey man, there's a likelihood that we may have to leave tonight because the power just got cut, and 2 of us in our party have medically prescribed sleep stuff. So we can't sleep without it. And guys like, I'm going to check and see if the actual power is off, because Xander was obviously going to ask for a refund for the remaining day. And then finally, like the power came back on. And when it did, he was like, yeah, no, power's back on. I was like, dude, don't be a douche. All right.
Yeah.
We're not trying to scam you. We're just telling you what happened. I wish, in hindsight though, I really wish I would have told Xander to be like, hey man, take pictures of what the fuck just happened, so this way you can send it to him or them. I don't know what the gender of the person is, but anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the highlight of the weekend as well.
Interesting.
It was just like us sitting in the backyard, just like, well, what do we do now? Like, I don't know. I guess keep getting fucked up, I guess. And we're like, all right, yeah, let's just do that. So we just hung out, drank, talked shit to each other. And then the power came back on and we fucking went back inside. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Really a little fun thing. So Friday we all went out to eat. And I was wondering why you guys picked this place. Because I was like, all right, it's kind of like out in the middle of nowhere. And I realized when I got there, it was all you can eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we're all going to be fatties tonight.
Oh, fuck, dude.
$35. I know, because like I got there plenty before you guys. Because Xander decided to take a nap, right?
Yep. He even said it too. I told him, I was like, I fucked up and I told Andrew to be here at 7:45, thinking that we were gonna be here by 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was going to be here by 7:45, and he went, "What?" Bro, I fucking fell asleep. I was like, "Yeah, I know." And he goes, "Oh, I feel bad. I'm sorry." And I think he actually said sorry. He was like, "Sorry, that was my fault. I fell asleep."
But yeah, I was like, because like I got there, I ordered a couple appetizers, and then like I got miso soup, and I was like, that was trash, and then it was very good. So I was like, all right, this place, hopefully it's decent. It was sushi's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm sure they are like, fuck, we're about to lose money when all of us.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And but the best part about it is too, is like it could have been absolute shitty fucking sushi, but none of us would have known because we were just fat as fuck, just going ham on it. Me and Xander were just housing food. And like at one point he was like, "I feel fuller now. I feel good." I was like, "What do you mean you feel fuller, dude? You're huge and gigantic as it is." But like yeah, we were sitting there, the fucking everyone was trying to like order and stuff. I just happened to like peer over at the waiter. I was just like sitting there, and he was like, I was like, all right, man, relax, dude. I get it. We're the last ones here. I get it, but we're like fucking just relax, all right? But fuck, dude, that was fun. I had a blast.
Good time.
I had a good time. I think the next one, if you decide to travel for it, which by the way, that was another thing too.
Yeah, that was your first time traveling to coach somebody, right?
Yeah. I mean, the farthest I've gone to coach someone is Vista. That's it. This is the first time I actually traveled to go and handle someone and handle two people actually. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I would absolutely do it again. It was a blast. It was honestly I think that was the first time I ever actually I love coaching, but that was the first time I was ever like, I love coaching. You know what I mean? Like we got a chance to go travel, compete, and then come back, and it was great, dude. It was fantastic. I would love to, because I mean, when I go to Ireland and compete in Ireland, that's gonna be fun. But I would love to travel in a sense, like go into like another state or even another country and coaching.
Yeah.
I would love to see that aspect. That would be sick. So yeah, I wanted to ask, so what are your plans, man? What do you want to do?
So that's a good question. I've been rattling the brain about that because originally I had planned to do PLU Nationals, which is around this time next year, since I'll be turning 40 in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You have to start competing in Masters and take some of those Masters records.
Hell yeah.
Because, why not? But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, PLU's not really doing much.
Not doing anything.
So, should I, man? I don't know.
I mean, we can have a go at it with fucking USPA.
Yeah, we can check it out USPA. They invited me to come back to this one.
Yeah. We can try our hand in USPC, or if you want, we can. I mean, I'm throwing it out there. We can try and see if we can fucking travel for a fucking ABS meet, dude.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, I wouldn't do that until I'd be like a pro. I'm not going to travel that far for amateur.
That's true. The fact that Xander was a fucking amateur,
That's so hilarious.
That's so fucking funny. They even said it too. They're like, amateur? Yeah, I don't know. That's what they told me. I was like, fuck. 800 pounds squatting.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. We'll play it by ear, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I don't know. I'm
Play it
just
by ear.
trying to figure it out. Looking at it, like, you know, I will say, like, USPC has, like, I was looking at their records, like, they have some big lifters in there,
Yeah.
even at the masters level and everything. So it's like,
Fuck it.
people competing there, like,
Hell yeah.
what's the deal? So I don't know. We'll see. Kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, why not, dude? Fuck it. We'll do it. We'll go wherever we need to go.
Yeah.
Wherever the
Yeah. 'Cause at the end of the day, I'm not so much worried about what federation or whatever.
Yeah.
Accolades. I want to keep just increasing the total. You know,
Keep chugging away.
Keep chugging away, chipping away at that. Finally get past 17. So we're towards 18. You know. So that's really the big goal is moving up that ladder total,
Hell
get
yeah.
to a point where we can start snipping at, 18, 19.
and then kind of look at the horizon, see if 2Ks.
Use 2Ks in the play.
Hell yeah.
Play, so that's kind of the big one. Yeah. What federation it is, I'm kind of learning. It's like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's cool to, get that little certificate that says you hold a record, but
I would like that as well. I would like to know what it feels like to hold a world record somewhere.
yeah.
But we'll see.
So yeah, we'll see. I gotta figure that all out. But I think, it's always fun doing Boo Bash.
Yeah.
Bash is always a good one. They always throw a good competition, and that'd be, right around that time frame to, 6-7 months.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good starting point is 6-7 months down the road. Yeah.
definitely need to figure something out because it's one of those things. I don't know about you, but I always feel better when I have like something I'm shooting towards.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
I can't be like, I don't know, I'm just kind of doing my thing.
Yeah. I mean,
As
yes.
funny as that is.
No, it's the truth. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I benched on the Kabuki football bar or the Swiss bar that they have. And I like that. That felt good. And I think to me, it's like if I was ever to stop powerlifting, it's one of those things where I like look at a bar and go, well, no, it's like to squat a lot of weight on that. Or I know it's like to bench a lot of weight on that. Fuck it, run it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. You have anything else?
No, that's it.
Good. Alrighty. For those of you out there that are still listening, thank you all for supporting. And also too, please like, share, subscribe, and share to your friends. Talk about us. Send us numbers. Send us anything.
Yeah.
We're gay. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you all. Take it easy.